What's up, y'all? It is almost Christmas time and I'm so excited. Even though my budget has been like this year, Jesus is the reason for the season. My boy Kirk Franklin, back when he was on his A, said back in the day, Jesus is the reason for the season, and I'm excited. But I have been so reflecting on the fact that it is also the end of the year and we're getting ready to move into a new year. Calendar year. A lot about life has already changed. God is already doing amazing things. But it's almost 2023 and the last few years have been 20, 21, and this year has been one big ball of but I think I learned a lot this year, and I'm probably going to end up doing 3 different vlogs. I'm not sure, but I wanted to say this one thing and focus on this because that's why I think that was one of the reasons with me trying to record all of the things in one video. The reason why I didn't work, because I have a lot to say about one particular subject. One of the major, most important things that I feel like I learned from this year is that I belong here. And I'm not talking about fitting in, quite to the contrary, but wherever God has placed me, whenever he has placed me there, I belong. I belong. I belong to him, and I belong wherever he sees fit for me to be. Because I've been a person that I've felt so many times in my life like I don't fit in. I'm sure I've talked about this before. I'm a middle child. I'm an only girl, which is not a prestigious title in my family. It's not a bad thing, but it's not, you know, people go, oh, you're the only girl, you must be spoiled. I'm like, where they do that at? No. But yeah, I'm thankful for my life. Please believe it. But most of the time, the 99.999% of the time, wherever I am, I don't fit in. I'm different than everybody I know. I don't have the titles everybody else have. I don't have the skill sets everybody else had. Like, I could go on and on and on about who I feel like I'm not. But what this year, one of the things I saw very plainly this year is when God places me in a place, position, time, whether it be a place of favor, a place of grace, a place of mercy, a place of provision. Like, y'all, I know I'm all over the place, but so much has happened this year, and I found myself around people, you know, at times like that I hadn't been around in a long time, and I can look at us and see our differences, and I can say, this is why God had me where he had me when he did, and this is why God has me here now. I thought about some of just how things has changed, man. Oh my gosh, I look at my age and my location and so many things that used to make me feel insecure, and it's like, no, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know how to express, but like, okay, let me try to rewind and go back. So I think it was towards the end of last year, my pastor had shared a post. I think it was my pastor, somebody on Facebook. I think it was him. Might have been more than one person. It might have been like something viral, but anyway, somebody shared a post that says something that when you walk into their room, I want you to walk like God sent you. And that is the energy that I saw manifesting in my life this year. I'm like, yes, I want to do that. I want to go like God sent me. And that goes from walking with authority and confidence, but not necessarily loud, but bold. Sitting in who you are, sitting in who I am, and being comfortable with it, and allowing that sometimes to change the whole temperature, the whole climate, the whole conversation of a room by saying, but what about this? Or injecting some truth or some love or some laughter or whatever. I am not the scared little Felicia that I used to be. And a lot of people that knew me growing up, I mean, really knew me like way back in the day. You know, there were times that I may have said or did things this year where some of those people kind of was like, yeah, Felicia said that. Yeah. Yeah, Felicia just, yeah. And for me to be so comfortable in my own skin, right where I was, like, baby, I am here, honey. And it doesn't take, and I feel like I might be repeating myself, but with more clarity now, it doesn't take a title to qualify me to be wherever it is I am. It doesn't take that. Sometimes it just takes favor, or just completely just soul the fact that God put me there. That's why I'm here. And to be able to body that and become, I'm like, yeah, I'm in a weird place because I'm even sitting in an area where some of these conversations happen, and it's like so inadvertent that I'm here today and I just happen to have a few minutes to record. But I'm thinking about sitting with people and saying, okay, well, listen, you asked me to do this, and it's fine if I don't, but this is the way I'm going to do it. You know, like, you don't have to be ugly to make yourself clear. And that's another thing for me, because I don't like to throw tables over and yell and scream and clap my hands to get attention. I like to be cute because I'm precious and be like, no. Oh, yes. Yeah, we're going to do this. Oh, well, they're going to do that. Fine. Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, bye. You know, I belong. If God put me in a place, whether it be, I mean, I'm just thinking about ways God has made. Again, y'all, we have not talked about the conference, but I belonged there. Even though I didn't have the money to get there, even though I didn't have the money for the ticket, God made a way. I was there, and I didn't go in there like I was second class anybody. I sat on the front row like I do. And I did. Y'all. But yeah, all of that, all my testimony aside, because it's all over the place and it won't make any sense to you if you weren't there for all of it, and nobody was there for all of it. So I don't even know why I'm being so random. But I want you to know, moving forward, that wherever God has placed you, wherever God has sent you, whatever table you see yourself sitting at on any given day, know that who you are, not trying to put on any airs, not trying to put on any show, not trying to become anything other than your amazing self, right there is where you're supposed to be, regardless of how the people around you feel about it, regardless of the fact that you may have never done it before, because we're going into a year where we're going to do things we've never done before. And I'm not like, that's not always a bad thing. Like, for me, I know sometimes, like, people say it's going to be like it's never been before. I'm like, whoa. I like the comfortable, but sometimes things are going to change and it's going to be great. And sometimes when we sit in those places of greatness, favor, mercy, honor, authority, influence, it's kind of like, it can be a little scary. If you're a real person, I feel like it can be a little scary. Now, unless you're a narcissist and you feel like everything you do is right, then that's different. But I think for most of us, when we get into unfamiliar territory, we can be like, even if it's good, it's kind of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm nervous. I've never done this before. Girl, take a deep breath and be like, God put me here. I can do this. You know, even if I trip and fall, even if I stumble, even if I stutter, that's okay. That don't mean I don't belong here just because I didn't cross every I and dot every T. Is that right? No, you cross T's and dot I's. You see what I'm saying? You see that was even a manifestation right there. That don't mean I'm not supposed to record this vlog. I will not start over, even though I just made that blooper, because it belongs right there. Bars. I'm laughing, but I'm not even really joking, for real. Just be, I want you to experience that, because I experienced a little bit of that this year, and I think God's showing me that, because I didn't really think about it so much in the moment, but looking back on it now and reflecting on that lesson of like, right here, right now is where I'm supposed to be. That day, I mean, I'm looking at a building right now. I was sitting over there and I was surrounded by people, familiar people, but people that were very different than me, and thinking, man, I belong here. This person who I am, I'm not going to change my character because I'm around these people, and this is still where I'm supposed to be. And there's nothing wrong with me being who I am, and there's nothing wrong with me being where I am. And it's cool, and knowing that God was in all of that, I'm telling you, just make sure you be wherever God tell you to be, and don't worry about surroundings, people, circumstances. You got it. That's all. That's the point. That's the whole point of this whole vlog. And I feel like I talk about this kind of thing all the time when I talk about purpose, but this is like being on purpose, even around people who might not, they might even clash with your purpose, but that don't mean you can't sit in authority and confidence right where you are and say, excuse me, God put me right here, right now. Embody that. Like, body it like there's a camera on you and you about to get an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Walk in there with your Chadwick Boseman walk, or like your Lupita Nyong'o walk, or Mufasa, like, you know, I'm being so weird right now. Walk like you got rose petals under your feet, boo. That's what we're going to do moving forward, because if you are a child of God and you're walking purposely and according to his will, who cares what anybody else or anything else, time, society, politics, nothing can dictate to you who you're supposed to be, or where you're supposed to be, or how you're supposed to be. But be who you're supposed to be regardless, and know that you belong. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Have a blessed day. Peace.